Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are doing a collective reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I hope you're all doing really well. I would love to hear from you in the comments underneath this video. If you do feel guided to let me know how you are feeling currently. So I'm going to go ahead and start off this reading with one of the oracle decks here. I typically pull cards from this deck related to love and connection, but technically they could really relate to any area of your life. By the way, if you do want to contribute your energy in a stronger way to the reading video, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you. Okay, so right away, I'm getting the card mirroring, and I'm strongly picking up on some kind of a romantic connection for someone listening, where you and this other individual are strongly mirroring one another. I'm hearing that whenever you are feeling something, this other person is feeling it at the same time very often, and vice versa. So sometimes you will be feeling a certain way out of the blue that really doesn't match what's happening in your current reality, because what you are feeling is actually a mere reflection from this other person. They are essentially transferring you energy through the quantum, because you do have some kind of strong energetic connection. Now, I haven't yet pulled cards or downloaded information regarding what kind of connection this could potentially be, although of course your intuition already knows, as well as, of course, knowing the answers to all things. Your intuition is the compass of your life experience. And as I often say in these videos, it's my only goal in these readings to help you more consciously connect with your own internal voice, your own intuition. So with that being said, be sure to always utilize your intuition throughout these readings and only take the messages that do connect with you in that intuitive place within yourself. Okay, so for some reason I'm seeing like this very unique bird, or a very colorful bird of some kind. A bird with a striking appearance of sorts. So that kind of bird might be relevant for some of you listening. But we're also getting the card alone and also community in the reverse position. So I feel that while you are strongly mirroring each other in the spiritual realm energetically, I feel that one or both of you is actually feeling deeply alone and isolated at this time. In fact, this might actually be another dynamic that's shared between the two of you, where you're both feeling a bit alone, feeling a bit disconnected. But if that's not the case, if only one of you is feeling this loneliness, I'm getting that it might be the masculine in this situation. If one of you identifies more so with your masculine energy. Now, do keep in mind these labels, divine feminine and divine masculine, are labels to describe energies. We all have a balance internally of both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And these can also apply to an external person or situation as well. But I just keep seeing a masculine energy that is completely alone and kind of in the dark. Like I'm literally seeing this masculine in a dark room, holding his head in his hands, just feeling very, very lonely. So again, that could be a kind of energy that you are picking up from this masculine if you consider yourself to be more so the feminine in the connection. This also could be an energy that's being mirrored by you. So maybe you are feeling some of this loneliness and isolation as well. But regardless, there's also something about this person's social environment. Sorry, I had to sigh because the energy coming through I wouldn't necessarily call it heavy. It just feels, I keep getting chills. It feels very intense. It feels really, I'm hearing immovable, if that's the correct word to kind of describe this. Of course, it's often hard to find physical words to describe highly energetic experiences. And many of you are so familiar with that because you have these kind of experiences on a daily basis that can be so difficult to put into words and share with others. But thank you for bearing with me as I'm trying to find the right words here. But it feels as though your energy is immovable to this person, meaning you are always around them, you're always with them. They have this really deep sense that they're not going to be able to shake you, that you're always going to be present with them. And I'm actually feeling myself almost starting to tear up. And that is this person's emotions towards you. They're feeling such a passion for you that it almost turns into sadness. I'm trying to channel more into why that sadness is here as well. What is going on with this sadness? There is something with this person's social circle, their community, their family, people around them that they're just feeling really disconnected from. I'm hearing feeling really different from because they've been elevated to this sacred journey. Now, they were always on this sacred journey, but just very unconsciously. Their soul chose this path, but I'm hearing the circumstances of their life and the people in their life and the lower vibrations in their life for a while kept them in this very unconscious place where they were not fully aware consciously of this sacred journey that they are on as a soul. But now it's locking in a very conscious way. They're becoming aware that their soul is on this sacred journey. And I'm hearing with you that somehow this sacred journey involves you here as well. So what else can I channel about this? That is why this person is feeling so isolated from their community, from their social circle. I feel like others around them are still living unconsciously or are still in this kind of lower vibrational place, we might say, but it's like this masculine has been plucked from that unconscious path and placed on their correct path, placed on their sacred journey, again, in a more conscious way. But this feels like sadness to them because they're actually feeling really disconnected from the people around them. I'm hearing hurry up and learn the lessons already. That might be this person's higher self kind of speaking to them, almost like their higher self is so longing for you, to connect with you, to be with you, that it's almost like they're trying to rush this masculine's physical self into completing these lessons. I see like there may have been some dynamic where they were moving really, really slowly from a physical perspective. And then suddenly it's like they got plucked again from that lower vibrational path, placed on their sacred path in a more conscious way. And then their higher self is just suddenly pushing them through lesson after lesson. It's almost like they're racing, like trying to catch up to you, divine feminine, trying to reach some kind of union with you that their soul is deeply desiring, but it's almost like there is this other awareness there that they have to go through these lessons. So again, it's almost like their soul has been trying to rapid fire push them through these lessons as quickly as possible so that they can connect with you in this union state or have the opportunity for that. But I feel like this has been really tiring to their physical human self. These lessons, I'm hearing they felt almost pummeled by the lessons. They've had to become very resilient through this process. I feel like it's been a lot for them to handle. There's been a lot of letting go of attachments, people, places, things. I'm hearing them say, I've let go of so much. I'm afraid that there's going to be nothing left or no one left. This is someone whose life is, in a sense, really being emptied out by the divine to create space for what is more aligned for them. But again, that's happening in such a rapid fire way that it might be feeling a bit overwhelming at times to their physical human self. And I'm getting that in those moments of overwhelm, this masculine might have a tendency to shut down, especially to shut down emotionally when it comes to expressing what they're feeling with you, divine feminine. But I do see that their heart is healing through all of this. It's just that so much of this healing has had to happen on this deeply personal, individual level. I'm hearing them say, I have to find true happiness and fulfillment from within myself before I'm going to be able to fully step up as your masculine counterpart, divine feminine, and be able to offer you that kind of stable, balanced, sturdy connection in the physical 3D world that I know you deserve. That's what I feel this person's soul saying here. So very intense messages coming through the reading. I do want to say that in the extended version of the reading, I want to go deeper into how exactly this masculine is healing their heart, because we do have this broken heart card reversed, and how this is leading to an opening of their heart chakra and also a connecting of their heart chakra to the third eye, which is the seat of intuition. So this could be someone who's going to be more consciously hearing and following their intuition because of the way that they are healing and opening their heart. So if you are feeling guided to join me in the extended version of the reading, I will be leaving a link to that reading on Patreon in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. For now, I am going to reshuffle the cards, and I want to see what other messages, people, things, or dynamics are attached to your energy at this time. Clearly, the term divine feminine keeps coming up throughout the reading, so I am sensing that more than likely, most of you who are connecting with this reading will consider yourself to be a divine feminine. Not necessarily everyone who is resonating here, but most of you. And because of that majority, I will be putting the label divine feminine in the title of the video. But do be sure to always use your intuition. Of course, it's very possible these labels could be reversed in your scenario. Okay, I'm feeling really guided to the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Okay, so what do the beautiful divine feminines need to know? Wow, I just got a wave of chills here. Lots of goosebumps in this reading. So we have the crumbling. Lots of sighing as well. Maybe you find yourself sighing when you're thinking about a certain person or around a certain person, or maybe they feel that way around you. Or this could be a sign for someone to pause and take a breath, like literally or metaphorically, to do breath work to allow yourself time to really breathe light into your being, into your physical body through deep breaths. I'm hearing the power of your breath. You might be feeling guided to use the power of your breath to help clear and cleanse your energy. and align your energetic field. That was just a bit of a side note for someone. But with the card Crumbling, we're getting the message, what are you clinging onto? And then we have the Priestess card. How are you being called to step up and lead? So I'm getting this very strong message that within you, Divine Feminine, there might be certain things or dynamics coming up that are meant to crumble. And some of these things might be very difficult or scary to let go of, because I'm hearing you are letting go of patterns that most people are still holding on to. You are forging this new path. You are this example of light and unconditional love. And your path is so unique that at times it can be scary to you. There might be certain patterns that have come up within you recently, or certain people who you've realized you are meant to be either setting boundaries with, or pulling back your energy from, or redefining your connection with, in order to really value and respect your own time and energy. And I feel that you're being asked to honor that. You might even find it beneficial to do a kind of journaling exercise where you kind of stream of consciousness write in response to the question, what are you clinging onto? And just see what comes up. Very often this stream of consciousness writing can be really powerful, because as we write in kind of a meditative stance or state, we are in a sense beginning to tap into our lower mind, our subconscious mind, which is really the driver of our thoughts and of our mind overall. And so stream of consciousness writing can help us process and access some of what's going on in our subconscious, specifically in this context. It might bring to light certain things, patterns, people that you've been holding on to. These could even be outdated ideas of yourself that need to undergo some kind of ego death, that need to be released. And ultimately, this crumbling is actually shifting you higher into the priestess energy. And this card says, how are you being called to step up and lead? So again, part of what's crumbling here could actually be related to you being called to let go of certain things or dynamics or patterns that most people are still holding on to here. There also may be some kind of self-discovery process taking place here. I'm hearing, what would you want to do? Who would you want to be if no one else's opinion of you mattered, completely apart from what society has told you to be, what other people have wanted for you or projected onto you? Who do you truly desire yourself to be? And how can you create more of that person, show up more as that person for you in your daily life? But we're also getting the cards loss, karmic partner, and soulmate. Wow. With the loss card, I do see, because this says loss of self and identity, discover your true self again. So I am getting one final personal message for you, Divine Feminine, here, where it may feel like a loss to let go of some aspect of you or of your past versions of self that has been called to the surface for crumbling, that you intuitively know it's time to redefine or release. But I'm hearing this perceived loss of an old version of you is creating space for this new priestess that you are stepping into, that you are becoming, that you've always been meant to be. And you are also meant to be a leader, not a follower, especially when it comes to beliefs, thought patterns, life path generally. So you are most likely someone who has always been very resistant to following the crowd, to going along with what society has told you to be or do. You've always had that rebellious spirit. That's because You came here to mediate the spiritual world to the human realm, to be this kind of go-between, to be an anchor for that higher vibrational energy, for that light energy. And this means that you are not going to be someone who feels satisfied falling in line. You are forging your own path because that is what you came here to do. It's what you've been destined to do. But getting back to this karmic partner and soulmate card, I don't know who this is for. This might be very specific, but I'm picking up on someone who's had a soulmate, a potential soulmate, we'll say. So someone who shares a similar core soul frequency to your own, who has been involved or tied up in some kind of karmic relationship. And I feel that the involvement of this karmic, I'm hearing that they stayed in this relationship or this partnership long after it expired spiritually and emotionally. And because they stayed in a connection that had expired, it delayed having some portal of opportunity for the two of you to come together, possibly even to meet, because for some of you, this may be a potential soulmate that you haven't even met yet, that you've always sensed, but that was caught up in some kind of karmic connection or relationship. And so if you always sensed the presence of someone or sensed that you were going to meet someone, and you couldn't really put your finger on what it was or why, you may have even felt delusional at times, but this was because you actually had this soulmate or have this soulmate who connected with a karmic partner and was meant to learn a lesson and move on, but delayed by remaining in that connection after the lesson had already been learned. And so this put you in a position where you were possibly feeling kind of in limbo, romantically speaking, because you could sense a deep connection to this person who was delaying the connection with you due to some kind of expired karmic connection that they were remaining in the physical 3D world. For some of you, again, this could be someone that you already know physically, that you've met, that you've connected with, even someone you dated in the past or were romantic with. For others of you, this could be someone you've sensed spiritually, because the two of you have always been connected, but that you may not have even met yet physically. We're also getting the denial card here. So I see this representing that the reason this particular soulmate of yours may have been staying in this karmic connection past what we're calling its expiration date, which is essentially just the point at which they had already learned the lessons. Again, the lessons had been learned here. And once the lessons are learned, the karmic contract technically expires. But for some reason, this soulmate was delaying actually fully exiting this karmic situation in 3D, but it's because of some form of denial that may have involved either a sense of duty towards this person or possibly repressed emotions that they had learned not to allow themselves to feel or to deny in some way. I keep getting this tingling around my third eye chakra as I'm channeling into this soulmate's energy, which tells me that they are beginning to see through some kind of deception or denial here regarding this karmic situation, even if this is just the deception within themselves, meaning how they were trying to deceive themselves into believing that they were feeling some type of way that they weren't actually feeling, or to repress some kind of emotion that they were actually feeling, whichever way this is going here. I'm seeing red roses for some reason. I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards here. Now, of course, this soulmate for some of you could be the same physical person that we were channeling earlier. For others of you, this may be someone that is entirely different or someone you haven't even met yet in the physical world. So only you can know how or if that portion of the reading connects with you. But in the extended version of the reading, we will be looking into how that person is currently thinking and feeling, because again, something is being activated in their third eye chakra. I do sense that they are beginning to see through deceptions and illusions regarding that karmic situation. And I also want to know near future timeline potentials for that person moving forward as well, because I feel like they're really on the brink of some big changes. So the link to the extended reading with those messages is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But I want to see who or what else we can channel into here. Any other threads of energy we can pick up here. We do have the card, I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. We also have the card, I want a future with you. But the message or the thought is coming up in this reading. Why aren't they pursuing it now? Or why aren't they going after it now? Because I feel like this is someone in a lot of regret and telling themselves that they do want this future with you, that they want to be together with you. But it's almost like they're sitting in this energy, or they don't appear to be doing anything about it at the moment. And yet they're saying, we're meant to be together. I will wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. I'm hearing bettering themselves, so they might not be taking action towards you at the moment, because this is someone who's actually working to better themselves and their own life first. But I'm going to channel more into this because I don't feel like that's the whole story here. We have creativity, community. Maybe something or someone in their community has discouraged them or blocked them from currently reaching out to you. And they are working on releasing some of these, I'm seeing like intertwining strings, almost like representing codependency, but it doesn't necessarily have to be codependency with a person in a romantic relationship. This could be that this person is codependent with a community, meaning there might be a belief system, a culture, a group of people, groupthink, a family, something that has them thinking or feeling a certain way. And this way of thinking or these people around them may have blocked them either mentally, or maybe they did discourage them literally from taking action towards you right now. But this person is stubborn emotionally, and they've held on to you very stubbornly in their mind. They've been, again, sitting in this regret, thinking about how they want a future with you, and they're emphasizing to me and only you, and how they feel that the two of you are meant to be together, and they are putting themselves on hold or waiting even just for the chance to have a shot with you. But I do feel that something in this person's perception needs to change here. We do have the card perception. There might be certain belief systems, ways of thinking, certain aspects of their upbringing that they need to let go in order to make some kind of move towards you in the present. It's like there's something they need to surrender or release here. This might be that they need to release control over how you're going to react in the present if they do fully open their heart to you and take this shot, so to speak. Because I feel like part of what they may have been trained into, programmed into, what people around them might be saying, could be creating some fear in them when it comes to being heart open with you in the now, even though they're so heavily visualizing this future with you. So I'm going to be reshuffling here. I want to see if we can channel anything else from this specific person. Now, again, Technically, I'm not just channeling people, I'm channeling energies which could connect with either the same physical person in multiple different energetic states of being, or multiple different physical people in your life. Or of course, for some of you, some of these energies may not be relevant to you at all because these are collective readings. So only take what's connecting here. Okay, so what else is going on with this person who wants to be with Divine Feminine? Okay, we have Ace of Pentacles upright. This person might be starting a new job, starting a new business, or saving or working towards something here that does feel very powerful in the long term, but at the moment, very new for them. They might also be going through the beginnings of some kind of spiritual awakening, or feeling like they're suddenly getting a sense of clarity that they're still working on making sense of. Yeah, with the Moon card upright, it's almost like this is someone really beginning to connect with their intuition strongly for the first time. And this is causing them to have some kind of awakening that is giving them a strong sense of clarity. But it's like the dust has to settle. It's like they have to allow themselves to really get clear on what this newfound sense of intuition is speaking to them. And this intuition that's beginning to guide them as they go through this awakening and start on this new endeavor is ultimately pushing them to release past people, things, outdated energies, whether it's within their being or with people they're connected to, and to move towards the Empress. And I'm hearing in a radical way with the Empress card coming out here. They can feel their intuition pulling them towards you being the Empress here. That's where their heart is. The Empress card is really centered on their heart space. But I feel that what they're still working to listen to their intuition about and let go are these issues around needing to control the outcome, control the dynamic, possibly holding on to past people or things in their life that they know deep down are really no longer aligned with them. And I feel something about this energy is really beginning to pick up momentum because we have Temperance reversed. I feel this being almost like this sense of urgency, like them really being pushed to let go of these past things and to move towards you being the Empress. It's interesting because as we channel into these different dynamics, whether for you, this is all the same physical person, whether you are only connecting with some of these energies or all of them, what they all have in common is they seem to be individuals who are feeling a pull towards you in the heart space that is giving them a really strong sense of urgency, almost like they're racing forward or being pushed forward by their higher self to connect with you, while you are in this kind of relaxed, receptive stance here as the Empress. So you might see this playing out in your life as you are picking up almost in this psychic way on the urgency that certain people connected to you are feeling to very quickly learn their spiritual lessons, better themselves, and come towards you with some kind of an offer. So you might even feel these restless feelings from time to time as well. But do know that you are extremely divinely protected at this time. We do have the hand of Fatima, which is so deeply connected to the concept of the evil eye symbol that we think of as being a sign of spiritual protection. And again, I just see this really representing how protected you and your spiritual path are at this time. In fact, I'm hearing you are actually being shielded or hidden from prying eyes and people who would not reciprocate with you in a balanced way, or send you positive energy. So it's almost like if someone's in a low vibrational space, they're not going to be able to find you in a literal sense in the physical world or in even a spiritual, energetic sense. They're going to feel disconnected from you. This is because you are being protected from those types of energies. And for some reason, I keep hearing prying eyes. So you might have certain individuals who have tried to kind of get a read on what you're up to in your life, where you're at, what you're doing. And they might not even be doing this in a malicious way, but it's like if they were to connect with your energy more consciously as they're kind of seeking it out, they might create this draining effect on you, but you're actually being hidden from them. They feel so disconnected from you, and they will continue to feel that way until and unless they get on your level, in a sense, energetically. They raise their vibration to where you are and connect with you from that higher level place. So I am going to be reading one final Rumi Oracle message, and this is from the card Sacred Soul Sister. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. When you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. And the guidebook also says, your sacred soul sister is your partner in consciousness. Make no mistake, she is you. She is just the part of you so great, you cannot always see her from the conscious mind. To tap into her wisdom, to distill a teaching from the fragmented memory of a dream or a subtle feeling experienced in meditation, requires you to walk with her gait and not the fast-paced, forward-moving canter of your conscious and intellectual mind. Her gait is meandering and apparently unstudied, yet she is in deep concentration to feel for truth of movement, to allow what is emerging to express itself through her, and she is listening rather than demanding to know, to force, to speak, and to direct. To receive her genius and benefit most fully from it requires a willingness to surrender logic, to open up to inspiration, to become empty, to let the mind soften and become receptive, open, and permeable. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Of course, I will be continuing now to the extended version of the reading where we will be channeling into many of these dynamics more deeply and also taking a look at any further messages from your spirit guides, your higher self, or any divine forces you personally connect with. So if you would like to join me on Patreon, the link to it is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have a beautiful remainder of your week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.